Hello everyone and welcome to another video. As you can see, today we have with us another budget PC build. This time it's a 200 USD or 300 AUD gaming PC build that's based on a Ryzen platform and aimed at esports titles. So let's go over the parts and see what it can do. For the case and the PSU of this build, I'm reusing parts from the first pre-build I've shown on this channel, and they do the work just fine for 20 Aussie dollars. So I managed to grab this motherboard and CPU combo for 100 Aussie dollars, and that's because it has a faulty memory channel, but it works just fine, so all we can use is this 8GB stick of DDR4-2400, which should be enough for what we want to do. Moving on, we have a 128GB SSD from Kingston for 28 Aussie dollars, which should help with boot times and usability. For game storage, we have this $18 500GB hard drive that I picked up from CEX. Finally, we have the GTX 750 Ti, which was picked up from the same store for the price of 65 Aussie dollars and should be enough for all the games we're trying to run today. And with that, we have a total price tally of 261 Aussie dollars, or just under 180 US dollars, which is amazing value. Starting off with our first esports title of the day, we have Valorant running at 1080p low settings with an average of 132 FPS, 1% lows of 61 and 0.1% lows of 35, which provides a really smooth experience with no stutters whatsoever. Moving on to Overwatch, at 1080p low settings we get an average of 100 FPS with a 1% low of 62, making this a very smooth and enjoyable experience. The 0.1% low of 6 indicates micro freezes, which do not affect gameplay. So with Apex Legends, I had to drop the resolution to 720p to get a 60 plus FPS experience, and I think it paid off as we have an average of 88 FPS with a 1% low of just under 60 FPS. A stuttery mess known as Fortnite is returning an average of 105 FPS with 1080p Pro settings and performance mode. I'm happy with this performance, considering how tough this game is to run nowadays. Moving on to a more intensive title in GTA 5, at 1080p high settings with FXAA, we have an average of 74 FPS, and with quite good 1% and 0.1% lows, this is a really playable experience with no stutter. Now, Forza Horizon 4 at 1080p low settings still retains an average of 50 FPS while looking amazing, which means this title can be enjoyed to the fullest on a system like this, and for that I'm quite happy with what I've put together here today. So the final verdict is I'm pretty happy with the system, though it's not the best price to performance wise, though it has a single memory channel and a slightly outdated graphics card. Its performance is still capable enough to handle relatively modern games, and for that I'm quite happy. With that said, thank you all for watching. Like the video if you enjoyed it, dislike it if you didn't. Subscribe to me if you want to see more future content, and yeah, I hope to see you all around. Hopefully, anyway.